We are back with some more Panthers franchise. It's been a while since there's been a video. I was hoping to play my final regular season video or game before I went on vacation, so that's why I really didn't talk about it in the videos leading up that I was going to be gone, because I thought I was going to have time, to play that game, and then if we don't make the playoffs, if we did make the playoffs, I can just play it when I get back from vacation. And the advance got delayed a little bit, so then I ended up having to play the game on vacation. As you guys saw in the cut down video, we got schmacked. The game honestly would have been very close. Third and fourth quarter and first quarter were very close. It was the second quarter that just got blown open. I made some bad reads again, a lot of bad reads this Madden. That seems to be the common theme, is me just making poor decisions. But the back-to-back fumbles is really what did us in, and then I lost my composure. The strip sack leading to a touchdown, just bad luck. And then, of course, Breece Hall follows it up with a fumble of his own. And then he goes down and scores again, and then we're in a bad spot. So didn't quite work out, which sucks because the Vikings did lose. So if we would have beat the Lions, we would have made the playoffs. And the Super Bowl has already happened. The Saints played the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts beat the Saints 48-20. So the Colts get his second Super Bowl of this Madden. It's only been 2 Super Bowl winners. The Colts have 2 and the Seahawks have 2. So the Saints had an undefeated season when, he was damn near perfect, just couldn't quite get it done in the Super Bowl. And that is our 4th Super Bowl winner. Reminder, this draft is the real-life draft class, so that's exciting. And this upcoming season is most likely, if not definitely, our last season of this Madden. It'll take us pretty much into the summer. Maybe it'll be a second one just in case, or like another season after this, in case people just want to dink around. But a lot of people like having that month or so off to just kind of chill before the next Madden comes out. Myself included, it is nice having that little break. So this is our last chance to try to do something. We had a great first season. We got the 2 seed, won a playoff game, just lost to the Seahawks, and the Seahawks went on to the Super Bowl. We lost the Seahawks by 5 or something, or 6. It was a close game, just lost to him in our first season, and he went on to win the whole Super Bowl. And then years 2, 3, and 4 have been horrendous. They've been horrendous. We've missed the playoffs all 3. Or no, I lied. We missed the playoffs in 2, made the playoffs the second season, and got bounced in the wild card round. And then years 3 and 4 have been terrible. This being a little bit better than last season, but I don't know what it is. It's a combination of, I think, me just not playing that good and making bad reads and some bad luck, and maybe I didn't build this team as good as I usually do. I mean, this is my 5th year doing this, and I've won a Super Bowl every Madden, every Madden. And this might be a year we don't make one. This might be a year we don't make one unless we can pull off some cheese here in our final season. As you can see, our salary cap, unless things change, it said I had like 20 million or 30 million. So unless things change for some reason, once we get in free agency stage, which maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. Or maybe it just stays at 300K. We got no money. We are strapped for our cap right now. I kind of went all in on this group, and clearly it might or may not have been the wrong decision. I didn't make many trades this offseason. I kept a lot of my guys, so that's kind of where the cap situation kind of hurts us. Also, no one wants to come to Carolina, so I had to overpay for a lot of players, unlike last Madden when I was the Texans. Everyone wanted to come to Texas. Everyone wanted to come to Texas, so I didn't have to overpay for a lot of guys. This Madden, I had to overpay for tons. J.C. Horn had to overpay. Brian Burns had to overpay. This, I'm talking like over the very, very player-friendly deal. All these guys had to pay over that just to keep them on the team. Jonathan Mingo I had to do it with. Who else? Derek Brown. Like, no one wanted to be here. And so I had to overpay for everyone, which sucked. But here we are. I mean, I could probably, maybe, negotiate some contracts with some guys, excuse me, to free up a little bit. But we're most likely looking at the same team with some draft picks. And if I can free up a little bit of cap by maybe cutting some players or renegotiating some contracts. Maybe I could sign one player in the offseason, unless this number changes. I don't know why it said just in the Super Bowl week, it said I had like 25 million in cap, and now I got 300K right now once we advance this week. No idea. Who knows? We'll see when we get to free agency what happens. But as for now, we don't have much money, which puts us in a bit of a pickle because Braxton Jones is not resigning. Here's another guy who doesn't want to be here. My left tackle did not want to be here either. I had to massively overpay to keep my left tackle. I was going to franchise tag him, but if that 310K number is correct and I go 20-something million in the negatives, is not a place where we need to be. That is not a place we need to be, is negative 20-something in cap. So unfortunately, he's going to have to go, which means we have a massive gaping hole at right tackle right now. So we'll have to figure that out. I mean, I do have a decent backup center, so worst case scenario, I could slide a center over to right tackle because we're allowed to move anyone on the offensive line. So that's like worst case scenario. We'll have to find out. Dante, I'm going to let leave as well. Miles Sanders, he dropped tremendously. He's only an 80 overall. He will be leaving. Keenan Allen dropped to a 79. He will also be leaving. Frankie, he's been here for a long time. I've been trying to trade this guy ever since season 1. I've been trying to trade this guy. He did not quite work out for us. He was nothing special. He will be leaving. DJ Johnson leaving. Chandler Zavala leaving. Ventrell Miller leaving. And Miles Adam also leaving. And Kavonte Turpin, another guy who just didn't work out. A lot of players we signed that were just failures. I mean, it sucks. We've made a lot of decisions this Madden that have probably not been the best. That's usually been our one of our best things, just team building. I can pretty much every Madden build a really good team, but for whatever reason, this Madden, it just, I mean, we built a good team, but it just didn't go quite the way I hoped. No dev upgrades besides Breece Hall. He was the only one. He got to superstar dev, which is great. We needed some abilities on this man, really, really big, and he got some good ones. You know, I could re-roll them, but I think I'm going to keep them all because they're pretty solid. He's got reach for it, which is nice for a running back. He's got backlash. Ball carriers. This ability will cause increased fatigue penalties against their tackler when tackled via a non-conservative tackle. Okay, great. It kind of pairs up good with Tank. Ball carriers with this ability will break almost any hit-stick tackle attempts made on them. So maybe this means Breece Hall stops fumbling because for some reason he randomly gets blown up. It happened in the Lions game. He got trucked and then goes flying on the ground. The ball goes flying in the air. So maybe Tank cuts down his fumble problems because he doesn't get stripped. Every time this man fumbles, it's because he's getting blown up for whatever reason. So maybe the Tank ability combined with this will help that. That's my only hope. And I won't even lie to you guys. Bryce Young, I had him on the trade block. I had some opportunities to get rid of him. I really did. And by the way, my backup center that I was talking about, I think is gone. I don't know. He must have. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I do have this guy at backup left tackle, so if I really need to, I could slide him over to right tackle. I mean, when did I draft this guy? Last season, I think. Star. Yeah, he's still young. I mean, this is like, I'm talking worst case scenario here. We got one last season, so I do have 2 seconds and a first, and I'm sorry, I'm not spending on offensive lineman. We need a receiver ASAP, and we need hopefully some defense. We need help. Okay, we're going all in on this last season, and we need some damn help. But like I said, Bryce Young, I had him on the trade block, and I even had a trade partner that was very close. I mean, we damn near agreed with what we wanted to do, and just decided not to. Last season said, you know what, screw it, we'll give Bryce another go. Mingo, he's an 89, but he don't play like an 89. It's tough. It's tough. No dev upgrades on the defensive side. I was hoping maybe JC could get the superstar or something. Bless me with something, please. But he did not. So that's that for the re-signs. All those guys I'm letting go, and we're just heading into free agency and see where that takes us. Reminder, I'll show you guys my draft picks. I did trade my rookie wide receiver, the 6'6" guy, to the Bills last season, so I did acquire a second-round pick from him this season because I got a future second. So we got pick 18 in the draft, 18 in the second round, and I believe that is 14 in the second round. So 2 middle-ish second-round picks and a first-round pick, which is good because in these draft classes where everyone knows the overalls and the devs and, you know, the real-life ones are a little bit more juiced. So hopefully we can land some good talent to help us out and just give us one last little hoorah here at the end. Before I wrap up the video, though, we're going to do stats, just talk about our season as a whole. Bryce Young, I didn't check all the previous seasons, but I'm almost positive this is his best passing yards total ever for us, 4,678 yards, 33 touchdowns, solid. This is the bad number here. 26 interceptions combined with how many fumbles? 10. So he turned the ball over 36 times. 36 times he turned it over. I would probably say, I'll be very generous to Bryce Young. I'll say 19 to 20. I'll say 20. Why not? 20 of them are on me. I'll give him 6 that are on him. He still had 10 fumbles. And a lot of those are on just strip sacks where I'm just like, okay, maybe I got to start learning to throw the ball away in the pocket. But with that case, then I get grounding calls. But he turns it over way too much. I make too many bad reads. I get sacked too much. He fumbles too much. Maybe I got to stop trying to run longer developing plays and just stick to the short game. It's a combination of a lot of things. His QBR isn't like anything bad. It's 101, but like the turnovers is what kills us every game. 36 is way too much, man. In one season, he fumbled 10 times and threw 26 interceptions. If we want to do anything in our final season, that number has to drop down. Breece Hall was amazing, combined with Devin Rudd. Those two, as a 1-2 punch, were brilliant. They were so good. Like I said, the only problem with Breece was the fumbles. He had 4. He just randomly gets blown up and he fumbles. But other than that, Breece was great. 286, 1,607 yards with 19 touchdowns. Definitely the best running back we've had all Madden, and he's finally got superstar abilities. So hopefully next season he's just even better. Devin Rudd spelling him is great as well. 110 carries for him, 700 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. He's been great. Bryce ran the ball quite a bit more, so maybe that's reason for the fumbles, but I've got to be better about getting down earlier with him, and he's just got to stop fumbling in the pocket. He's been doing that way too much, so that's kind of the key thing for Bryce is if we're going to run this a lot of read options and he's going to be running the ball more, we gotta stop fumbling. The fumbles are killing us. This blew me away when I saw this, that Keenan Allen, ancient Keenan Allen, has led me in receiving yards with way less receptions than everyone else. So, and he's gone. So I mean that's our best receiver apparently last season. I mean, and he's gone. So that blew me away when I saw that he was my leading receiver, 47, 955, and 5. No 1,000-yard receiver. We had a bunch very close, but Mingo's got to play like a 1. He's just got to. I mean, he's 89 overall. He's 26. Maybe it's the short route that's killing him. I mean, his deep route's amazing, but he just doesn't seem to get open deep that much. But I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. His deep route's great, so I don't know what it is. He's very inconsistent. He can go games without even getting a catch, so that's definitely not a bona fide wide receiver 1 in my eyes. If he can go multiple games with just doing absolutely nothing, so Mingo's got to be better. He really has to be better. Elijah Moore coming in, I think, was fine. I mean, he did get 7 touchdowns, but the yardage and the receptions got to be more for him. Elijah, first season was fine. He got hurt quite a bit, but never long-term injuries, just missed games because he got hurt. But 52, 862, and 6 for him is not bad. That's not bad at all. Doug had probably his best season for us. Did have some drops here and there, but, almost 1,000 yards for him. Led our team in receptions with 62, 5 touchdowns as well. Maybe it's me just not looking downfield as much. I mean, I'm clearly trying to get the ball out quicker. If Doug has 62, my tight end, right? Breece has 50. Breece Hall has 50, my almost second reception on my team. And Keenan Allen, the slot guy who doesn't go downfield basically at all, is leading receiver. I mean, I was trying to get the ball out quick. It just wasn't working. I mean, technically, it kind of was. I mean, I think we're top 10 in points for, top 10 offense. It's just defensively we were so bad. Breece was amazing out of the backfield. What can I say? Chig, very solid, very good backup tight end, very good third-string tight end right here. Ian Thomas, very good third-string tight end. Calvin Austin came in, made a couple plays, fullback, got a touchdown, yada. This is just too many sacks allowed. That's about all I can say there. Defensively, Jason Forbes is the only guy that I feel like tries on this defense half the time. That's just how it seems like, at least. 128 tackles for him. He was fantastic. Our tackle for loss leader was Brian Burns at 21. Much better for Brian, I will say. He's never, ever come close to this tackle for loss number, ever. The sacks, I still wish he could get in the double digits. 6 is kind of lame for him, I would say. But maybe it's because they're just double teaming him every time, and Frankie Louvu's just Frankie Louvu. But the tackle for loss is much better. This is where he needs to be with the 21 tackles for loss. Our sack leader is tied 6-6. We can't find a double-digit sack guy. I don't know why we can't. We just can't seem to find it. JC led our team in picks. But yeah, Jason Forbes was a bright spot on the defense. Made some plays, got 3 picks, did some things. Jeremy Chin, hit or miss. You know, he had some nice picks, but then also, you know, just got beat a lot in coverage. Jamie Robinson only had 2 interceptions. Could have had like 7. This dude dropped so many picks this season. Speaking of drop picks, Rick Bryan, same way, the rookie. He's got stone hands. He never got a pick, but he probably dropped 5. I mean, this dude he's got 65 catching, which isn't like the worst for a DB, but I mean, he was useless, damn near useless when the ball was thrown his way because he didn't catch a single thing. The man didn't catch a single thing. J.C. Horn was pretty solid. He got 5 for us. You know, Hardy, terrible run blocker, a run stuffer. He's just too small. Can't block shed. He's great in coverage. He got 2 picks. I think he got a pick 6. But he just can't shed blocks. Derek Brown was okay, 6 sacks. I mean, he tied for first. 6 sacks for an interior guy, I'm okay with that. 13 tackles for loss. Wish that was maybe a little bit higher. Deion Nix, he got banged up a decent bit, but, you know, still a good player. 11 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. Somehow got a pick. No idea. Marcus Jones in the slot was pretty solid. 4 picks for him. We got to be better on defense. Hopefully, I can hit on some draft picks. Only missed 1 extra point and 3 kicks. That's really not the worst in the world. Kick returns, we did get 1 with Calvin Austin, which is pretty nice. He also fumbled like 2 or 3 times, so don't know if I want him back there anymore. But that's that for the stats. Really not much else to talk about. The in-season rewards, since I got around to this a little too late, I can't show you the yearly awards. We didn't win a damn thing. I think the only person that made the Pro Bowl for my team was Breece Hall, so yeah, it wasn't much good to go around in Carolina. Really hoping our last season can be something special. I mean, if I can get a receiver, which luckily this real-life draft class, as everyone knows in real life, there's a lot of really good wide receivers. So I think I'll be able to get someone pretty decent to help us out on offense. And then I'm hoping in the second round, if everyone can just stay on offense in the first round, I'm hoping in the second round we can acquire some decent talent to help us out on the defensive side. And it's not a bad team. I mean, it really isn't. If you look at the squad, we got 94 overall, J.C. Horn. We got an X Factor freak, 6'4", at the other side with Marcus Jones in the slot. Okay? Defensive line, you got Deion Nix, Derek Brown, and Dorsey. Not bad, right? Safety duo, great. Brian Burns, great. Forbes, great. I mean, I'm hoping these 2 are pretty weak. Obviously, he's leaving, so hopefully I can get another edge rusher. And just see what we can do. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can renegotiate some contracts or something to get some cap space heading into free agency. But that's pretty much it for this video. One final season after this. We just got to have a better season. I'm hoping we can. I really, really am. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I'll see you guys in the next one.